All right, bro. So talk to me, man. What are you getting done today, bro?
I'm gonna do a higher taper on the sides, on the back.
High taper. All
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
keeping the C cup.
No, I want
No
a
C
high. I
cup.
want a
All right,
high
high.
Chris
So,
Bosio.
and the back too.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, cool. Let's do it, man.
Let's get it.
Nothing off the top, right?
Nah.
All right, cool. All right, YouTube. You heard the man. We doing a high taper. And this is where I was kind of trying out the new gamma tools that I got. If you watched the vlog, the last vlog, you've seen the unboxing. And yeah, we were using the clippers and everything. The clippers ended up dying, so I went to the Old Faithfuls, my Babyless. But that's because these were right out the box, so just keep that in mind. But I like them. I like them for what it is. So you saw we did the ball line all the way up to the C cup. And then we did the blade open and we started to blend that out. Now we're gonna do a number 1 guard. I did it closed, and I'll be honest with you, if I could do this all over again, I would have debulked it first, probably to like a 2 open, and then I would have started the taper process. So I think I'm gonna do that on the other side, so keep that in mind. That if you know, this is my first time cutting his hair, just like most of my other YouTube clients that you see on my videos. Like the first, every one of them the first time I cut them. But yeah, I just want to point this out that the reason why, especially, that I wish I would have debulked this side, which when I say debulk, I mean bring it down to a 2 open first so that I can see what's going on, and I know I'm blending to that 2 open. The reason why is because on this side he has a vein right where that C cup would typically be that I need to fade out. And so because I didn't debulk it, I didn't really see it. I was blending, you know, up, and it wasn't until after, I don't know if you guys could see that vein, but it wasn't until after I pretty much got done with my system and I started detailing that I started to notice, damn, that's not a line, that's a vein. And I probably would have saved a bunch of time if I would have debulked it, because I would have been detailing accordingly, as opposed to this whole time I was fading, you know, thinking that was kind of a line, and I needed to spread out that area. So see how I got this 2? I had the 2 open. That's what I should have started with. Yeah, and so at this point I'm detailing. You can see in this area his hair tends to curl to the back, or the hair growth pattern. So you got to be careful and use your corners that right above the ear. You don't bring it too low, but you blend that little area out. And this is specifically the area where I was detailing a bunch. Alright, so let's go ahead and knock out the back. You're going to see the back is going to be fairly easy because it's mostly already debulked. The reason why the other side wasn't debulked is because he had like a mid taper previously. And then he was going to a high taper. Where back here was a little bit higher, and so it was already debulked. So same steps. We're doing the initial guideline and then blade open, and now we're blending out this section before we move on. The way I did it was I went clipper close, quarter of the way open, halfway open, 3/4 of the way open, and then it should be blended. Now we're doing our number 1 guard open, then 1 guard close, and then we use the half guard to blend this area out. So we're blending the 1 open section into the blade open section, just kind of meshing them together by using this half guard. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and debulk a little bit here since we're going up a little bit higher than it previously was. And I'm using my number 3 guard, and I'm kind of scooping out, creating the shape that I want, that kind of flared out effect. Right underneath that, we're gonna use our number 2 guard and doing the same scooping technique to create that shape that we want into the top. Making sure you go different directions because hair growth pattern is a thing. And now we're using our 1.5 guard all the way open, and then we'll close it little by little as we fade down. And then the final touch to bring it together is gonna be that number 1 guard open, closing it little by little until everything is nice and blended, and then we'll commence the detailing. So here we are with that 1 guard all the way open, and then closed should really bring this blend together. So now we're pretty much closed. And sometimes I'll just continue the sequence. So right underneath this 1 guard is the half guard. So I might drop down to that half guard and then drop down to that blade open, close it little by little. And sometimes that's all I need to do to detail. As you can see, I drop down to that half guard and it's really bringing it together. And guys, just so you know, I'm gonna have a full 1 hour long tutorial version of this where we really break it down into detail on the online academy on Monday. So if this is a cut that you want to master and you want to invest your time, your energy, and sit down for an hour and watch, I will be dropping this on tomb45academy.com on Monday. Alright guys, so this side is the side where I said we're going to debulk first. So we started with that number 3, then a number 2 open, number 2 closed, and you can see it's debulked. So now we know we're fading into a number 2. So we go ahead and put that initial guideline in, taking out that C cup, blade open, and then we start to blend the blade open section before we move on. Alright, now we got the number 1 guard, and I went number 1 guard close and then number 1 guard open. I'm leaving just enough space between that number 1 guard open and the number 2, because later on we're going to knock that out with the 1.5 guard. Here we're using the half guard to blend into that blade open, and now we can use that 1.5 guard to bring everything together. Now you are going to need to go back in detail because everybody's hair growth patterns are different, characteristics are different no matter where you're cutting on the same person. So now at this point we're detailing, the system is in place, we use the system, but now we're detailing with that 1 guard, just kind of trying to spread out this blend and make it more gradient. Where I had trouble on this side was, if you can see where his vertical bar is, his hairline, the hair starts to grow to the left. Where the rest of his taper is growing straight down or to the right, it really starts to grow to the left, almost sideways. So you'll notice that I'm going to start putting my clipper kind of sideways as well to go against the grain and try to blend that out. Just like this. You guys can see. There you go. Going at it sideways again. And I'm really not going to be able to clean that up the way I want to, or get that gradients the way I want to where this is, until I line him up and I can see it for what it really is. And now here I'm using Barber Josh OP's comb. That white comb is Barber Josh OP's new combs, and they're fire, bro. I've been rocking with them. And you guys can see I'm still trying to attack that corner where everything's growing to the left. And the reason why I'm taking my time here is because I don't want to cut it down too short and then that lineup doesn't pop the way I want it to. Alright, so this is something that he definitely requested, and I think it's a good look for him. He wants to taper down his lineup with that 1.5 guard, and I think for him it's good because then it makes his hairline pop even more. He really wants that lineup to be extra sharp. So by lowering that down with that 1.5 guard just at the edges of his hairline, you'll be able to create a more sharp look, as you can see. The other thing that he requested is to make it cosmetic, because he doesn't like how small his hairline is, and so he wanted to open it up just a tad bit to where it's symmetrical, but his forehead doesn't look too small, because he's been blessed with more than a full head of hair. All right, and then you guys know this is my favorite part, that Babyliss Skeleton FX, putting that neckline in. You gotta be careful. You always gotta be careful above the ear, not to bring it up too much. Now this side right here, he had a lot of overhanging hair because it was growing straight down. In the 1 hour version, you'll see I'll comb the hair up to show you guys what his hairline is and what's overhanging hair. But still, we want to make sure we keep it as natural as possible while still giving him a nice sharp line. And now you guys can see where we tapered his hairline. It's really allowing me to put a crispy line on him. Now, me personally, I don't like to shave up too much at the hairline and then it looks disconnected. I like to just get the edges of the hairline so the top still looks connected to his hairline. Now we're using Tomb 45 no drip and the Beam Team compressor you can get at tomb45.com to enhance the cut and bring it to the next level. Not to fix the haircut, but to enhance it, bring it to the next level. All right, so we're doing some fine tuning with scissor over comb. Look how blurry that taper is coming out. And this is a technique that I stole from S-Craft Blends. My neighbor, my brother, cuts right next to me, and he's one of the best in the industry. Right, detailing this taper, this side as well. You don't want to overdo the detailing, especially after you enhance it, because again, you want the cut, you want the enhancement to complement an amazing cut. You don't want to, for the enhancement to make the cut amazing, because the taper was blurry before the enhancements, right? The line was symmetrical and sharp before the enhancement. Damn, look at the taper from this angle, that line from this angle. And guys, just so you know, I cut every texture of hair with the same system. When it comes to fading, I cut every texture of hair the same. I think a lot of times we overthink it and we think that we got to go think about things a different way, and a lot of times that can set you up for failure because you're trying to do something that you're not familiar with. All right, we're putting the shaver on him, and this was a request of his as well, but the shaver is going to make that taper pop so much more because it makes it even more gradient. It makes the lightest area even lighter. So now we're going to put the razor on him, get this thing extra sharp, add some longevity to the cut. And I like to put the razor above the ear as well because that grows back fairly quickly. And I think my clients appreciate that attention to detail as well. I always make sure that my clients see I spray sanitizer on my hands before I touch their face. Alright guys, so this is the before. Now look at that after. Stop playing. That thing came out blurry. Look at that taper. Guys, let me know in the comments what you think about the cut. Smash the like button if you like this tutorial. Guys, we drop daily content on this channel, so make sure you subscribe. Notifications are turned on. I think this cut came out crazy, especially for my first time cutting him. Come on guys, show you boys some love. Alright y'all, thanks again for watching. Oh, and don't forget, I'll be in Cleveland June 13th for the Cleveland Barber exhibition.